These are our stars in the making. The confidence is rising, and I'm excited watching it.
PGA Tour cards on the line. Dreams are on the line for so many of these players.
It's kind of the proving grounds. You need to have avenues for players to come up and get access to the PGA Tour, and the Korn Ferry Tour is the best place for that to happen.
It's make or break, one shot away from changing your life. For professional golfers, the Korn Ferry Tour, it's the gateway to your dream.
Korn Ferry Tour, it's never been more important than it is right now.
It all comes down to one glaring number. It's the top 30. The top 30 will then progress to the PGA Tour at the end of the Korn Ferry Tour season. Players started the year off in the Bahamas and quickly realised it wasn't a vacation. Then they made a tour of South America. Now they're back in the US battling it out for the rest of the season. We follow 6 players along their journey to the PGA Tour. Aldrich Potgieter, who is he? He's a explosive superstar.
Imagine that on golf ball.
Players that play with him rave about his natural talent, his raw power. He's already shot 59 this year. He already won in Abaco, becoming the youngest player to win a PGA Tour sanctioned event since 1931, which is pretty crazy.
He just needs to keep the ship steady, and he's going to be on the PGA Tour.
Meu nome é Fred Biondi.
Fred Biondi moved to America from Brazil at age 15, decorated college career. He's actually had a few sponsor invites on the PGA Tour. He's shown that his game can translate to that level. Cooper Dossey, first-team All-American from Baylor.
I've had 45 people in my family go to Baylor.
45?
Yeah, 45. We definitely bleed green and gold.
He's spent a couple years on the mini tours, but made his way through Q school. Now it's the time to see how his game stacks up. Steelman, he's a guy out of Georgia Tech, strong college career.
This isn't bad here at all. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
He's a cool case of a middle America kid, close-knit family. They travel all around to junior tournaments, kind of reminiscent of Scotty Scheffler and his family back in the day. Sam Choi made a quick splash, kind of a gregarious player, fun, fearless playing style.
I like throwing jokes when I play golf.
It's a huge move for Sam to come from Korea and come play golf in America. He's authentic. He has his father caddying for him. It's fun to watch.
This season, it's been a struggle. Missed 5 of his first 6 cuts, so getting to that point in the year, he kind of needs to turn some things around. Tim Whiting, he's from Sweden, like Ludwig Åberg, who's burst on the scene on the PGA Tour. But Tim, kind of a fun story. He played hockey growing up, and still kind of a dream, but in the meantime, pretty good at golf, too. Everyone's good enough to get on the PGA Tour, but who's going to make it? We don't know, and that's what's great about it. The chaos is going to unfold throughout the season, all sorts of events. We'll see how the story unfolds.
Aldrich Potgieter has already broke back-to-back records this season, becoming the youngest player to win in Korn Ferry Tour history.
I'm just happy to get the opportunity to play here and to make history. That's just another bonus on top of the win.
If that win wasn't enough, he also shot a record score of 59 in Colombia, with his dad there to cheer him on. Meanwhile, between tournaments, he's looking for a new place to call home.
Fishing rods, I don't travel without these. These are must come with at all times. Especially going to Bahamas and Florida, that's kind of the fishing mecca. Let me pop one up, show you guys what they look like. My name is Aldrich Potgieter and I play on the Korn Ferry Tour. It's been a short but quick journey playing on the Korn Ferry Tour. Just 19 years old, so trying to get my head around everything and how it works. But yeah, it's been awesome, great experience. I played the Masters, the US Open, the Open, Rocket Mortgage.
Aldrich Potgieter. And he knocks it in.
Off the tee, I think I'm probably one of the strongest players out there. I feel like with the distance I have, it brings a big advantage to my game, knowing that I'm going to hit a lot of wedges into the greens. The biggest thing for me to work on my game is trusting that I have the right shot, that I'm committing to the shot full 100%. My grandma actually had a dream that I was going to be a great golfer one day, and she actually told my parents to go buy me a golf set. I got a little Tiger Woods set, started going to the range with Dad, and we're both pretty competitive sportsmen. Traveling with my dad, having him by my side, helping me all the way, it's been such a great journey for both of us.
He loves to have fun. Just before we left South Africa, we bought some travel rods. So we missed the cut on his first event, and we went fishing, and he caught 4 sharks.
There's been so many legends that came from South Africa in the golf game. Gary Player, Ernie, even Tim Clark. It's just awesome going to the golf course and seeing your idols and thinking that you're playing golf with them. Tim Clark, he won the Players, been a huge player on the PGA Tour over the years. He's such a great guy, and he invited me to come and stay with him in Arizona.
See, these are my hole-in-one golf balls. Starting at 8 years old. I had that when I was 8 years old. It was this one here, and then it goes this way. That's so cool.
He's fun to be around, to go out and practice, have little putting comps.
Get in there, get in there.
Yes.
Oh, good putt, good putt.
Oh, he's just such a playful guy.
There it is. It's all over. Oh!
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Aldrich has that special something when he hits it. It's a different sound. I think he has the potential to be a top player in the world. Got it right already, you know. Everyone wants to get to the PGA Tour as quickly as possible, and I got to play the Korn Ferry Tour for 2 years. I felt like it was a great stepping stone. I felt like it allowed me to get used to travel, everything that goes into being a tour player without all that major pressure of being on the big stage right away. I think he's in a great spot right now, and I've told him you're going to learn so much here in this next year that's going to just carry forward.
He's such a great mentor to me, and I can always pick up the phone and give him a call.
I'm always happy to help in any way that I can.
I think the biggest goal that I have is to break Tiger Woods records. Just trying to get on the PGA Tour as soon as I can and build up the experience so I can win those golf tournaments.
Scotty Scheffler. He's a 2-time winner on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Playing the Korn Ferry Tour for a year, I kind of learned really how to be a professional. I'm in college, you're playing golf tournaments, but it's a lot different when you come out and start playing week to week, learning how to travel, learning kind of how to manage your schedule as a pro.
You're your own boss. It's some of the best times, you'll ever have, because most of the guys, they don't make a ton of money, so they're out there rooming together. Literally become some of your best friends are the guys you're competing against.
There's plenty of guys that came up through the Korn Ferry Tour, like myself, Max Homa, JT did it as well.
These are players that not only cut their teeth on the Korn Ferry Tour, but have turned into superstars.
It's tough, it's hard. You see people every year fight to get their card. The talent is so deep and the scores could be so low, and you really have to play some great golf for a whole season just to have a chance to get your card. It took a lot of mental fortitude, just the grind of it. I think it builds character.
All right, good morning. On our way to the cold plunge. This is something my wife and I do pretty much every morning. It's a nice, refreshing start to the day. Currently, it's set at 41 degrees, so we usually do a little warmer, but a little extra cold for you guys this morning. Set the timer for, let's do 3.5 minutes. First 30-40 seconds is the toughest part. What I'm trying to think about is just the breathing, trying to breathe slow and think about when I'm actually done. We feel very good and refreshed afterwards. Every time I hear that timer go off, I get very excited and ready to start the day. So here we go. Whew. All right, ready to start the day and head to the golf course. On the way to the golf course, San Luis Obispo Country Club. It's where I play golf every day. A little bit windy, but sun is shining, so we'll have a great day. It takes a little bit more skill. That's why I really like the wind, so that added challenge is something I definitely look forward to. Something I have on the road with me on the bag every week is, of course, the Rangers towel. Big fan of my New York Rangers. They got my little TW stamp. I don't know why Tiger stole my initials. I don't know why he did that. This is a drill I tend to do back home. When playing a lot, I tend to be a little steep. I tend to take my hands out a little bit. So this drill kind of helps me keep the hands a little more on plane and making sure I'm not coming over the top as much. So that one there helps to keep my hands on plane. Also make sure when I'm coming down that I'm not that steep, that I'm actually coming in a little more from the inside. So when I do it, it kind of looks like this. Yeah, nice little draw. I've always been a good ball striker and very comfortable with an iron in my hand, sometimes more than a wedge. The nature of being from Sweden, you spend hours and hours in the winter months just working on your game indoors. You don't really see the ball flying, so you kind of perfect your swing a little bit. I feel like I needed to do something to kind of reach a higher level and start working with a mental coach back home. I'm very impatient. It's kind of nice to have someone to, bring me back to the basics. Just being able to have someone to talk to. Golf can be very lonely, so kind of having that team around you has been a huge support system for me. It's something me and my mental coach have talked about, kind of find that inner space and just focus on the breathing and just let the thoughts be. Same thing on the golf course, especially in pressure situations, be able to quiet it down a little bit and just accept that the thoughts are there and be one with it. If you look at my putting, that's one thing that I'll be working more on this year with my mental coach. If I can combine good ball striking with good putting, I know I can be up contending every week. Hockey's been a huge part of my life. I fell in love with the New York Rangers. As a young kid, I always dreamt about being in New York. I'm a lefty hockey, I'm a righty golf, so I feel like that's helped too, kind of with that coordination aspect. Hockey and golf is very different. Hockey is very fast-paced, it's a team sport. Golf, it's slow, you have time to think and process, so trying to learn a lot from the hockey and be a little more reactionary on the golf course has been a huge help. I just love playing hockey and it brings me joy, so that's why I'm still doing it. It's been very inspiring seeing some of these younger Swedish guys have success already on the PGA Tour. I mean, Ludwig Aberg, I went to high school with him, and seeing his success has been incredible.
Another goal reached for the 24-year-old Swedish sensation. Savor the moment, Ludwig. You are now a PGA Tour winner.
The future of Swedish golf is looking very good, both on the men's and women's side.
I almost get goosebumps thinking about it, but getting a PGA Tour card, that will be, a dream come true. That's always been the goal, to play on the PGA Tour and even play Ryder Cup for Europe or represent Sweden in an Olympics. Swedish golf, there's a bright future, and I would love to be part of that.
When you're on the Korn Ferry Tour and you go to a PGA Tour event, it's all about creating motivation. Walking around outside the ropes as a spectator, it only builds that chip on your shoulder, that hunger to want to be there.
It's a pretty easy tournament to come to, and it's one tournament that I feel like coming to watch is pretty cool. This is gonna be chaos to get in there. It's a sick. A lot of Gator fans this week here. It's nice.
Biondi making the decision to move his whole life to Jacksonville, where a lot of PGA Tour players practice. It's kind of like this hotbed of talent. I think it just shows where his head is at. I like the move. I think it's a very smart one, especially for a young kid to make.
Fred Biondi's an unbelievable player. He's an even better person. And just to see how hard he works at the game, how much he cares. He's such a professional already. He's going to have a big career in this game of golf.
I know what it takes. The competition at this level is way higher, but good golf is good golf everywhere.
From Brazil, Fred Biondi.
My goal every day is just to get better. I want to win. I want to play well.
Did he hit it? Line, good yes. Speed, Fred Biondi. Some fireworks here in Palm Beach.
I got to watch Scotty. I saw grass. I got to see it for myself, what greatness really looks like. I know that not long ago he was here grinding on the Korn Ferry like we are, and seeing what he's doing now, it obviously motivates you to be like that.
I just got to learn a ton. I think I have a lot to improve. Obviously, I want to be here, but at the same time, it's a process, right?
I think he gets his PGA Tour card in the next couple seasons. He's just too good.
The number one thing I'm looking for this season is to get better, just to be in contention on Sunday and stick to my process. I think if I do those things right, I will be successful in the end of the season. It would mean the world to me, representing my country and being out there with the flag next to my name, not only for myself, but also motivate kids in Brazil that look up to me.
The Club Card Championship at the Landings Golf and Athletic Club, that is one of my favourite courses, one of my favourite venues. It tests every player.
First domestic event of the season on the Korn Ferry Tour. Players are happy to be back in the States.
It's a pretty cool course, don't you think, Wayne?
Yeah. You get the last spot in the grass?
Last spot in the grass.
The course is in amazing shape. It's probably the best one we've played so far. Like, there's some scoring opportunities, but it can be also pretty tricky.
For a lot of these players, it's the first event where it doesn't feel like a holiday and it actually feels like the start to the season.
The Landings Golf and Athletic Club, kind of close to the marsh, and the wind is whipping out here, so players really need to be careful with their distance control and their speeds on the greens as they try to navigate this test.
5 of our 6 characters are in the field and got off to a strong start. Steelman, out of PGA Tour University, explosive player. While Sam Choi, who didn't qualify, waited for a chance to compete at the next Korn Ferry Tour event. Aldrich Potgieter showed his strength from the tee, but it was his putting that kept him out of contention. He just can't get his putts started on the right line today.
These guys are having a little bit of trouble.
Scoring a bit all over the place in these windy conditions. You start to miss cuts and you're around the number, it's all you can think about.
All 5 players fell short of making the cut on Friday. That's a tough wake-up call at their first domestic event. Potgieter was 4th on the Korn Ferry Tour points list through the Club Card Championship. Steelman and Vitting were inside the top 30, on track to earn a PGA Tour card at the end of the season. Despite not making the cut, Potgieter wasted no time and headed back to the practice range, looking ahead to his next tournament in Florida.
I mean, this week was pretty tough. Wind was blowing kind of same direction, but kind of played every hole. Was kind of into wind or crosswind, not much down this week. So it was playing tough, and I feel like I struggled a lot on the greens. But overall, I feel like the game was really, really good. It was just having to fine-tune some stuff. Having next week off, playing in Florida the week after. So I'm excited to see what that course is like and try and put up a good number.
Woke up at 4 in the morning, quick shower, Airport to airport to airport. It's a life of Korn Ferry Tour member. Let's run it. Good to go.
The Korn Ferry Tour heads to Florida, outside Sarasota, Lakewood National.
Lecom Suncoast Classic. It's the last event before the reshuffle.
It's a course where you really have to go low, wide fairways, sprawling greens. The last 5 winners are all on the PGA Tour now, so it's a cool indicative test of who might be able to get out there.
A lot of different stories come out of there, but the pressure is so intense because making that cut will then open doors for them.
Sam Choi played his 5th year at Pepperdine and got out on PGA Tour Canada last summer and finished 2nd. He desperately wants to get in, make the cut, earn some points.
They know that if I don't make the cut this week, they're just going to fall further and further behind.
Winning a Korn Ferry Tour tournament is great. It's super fun, but any of the players out here would trade in one Korn Ferry Tour trophy for a PGA Tour card, which is the ultimate prize.